Okay, so this video is on percent change, and this can be something increasing or decreasing, like something going on sale or a markup, whatever. You can find the percentage going in either direction using this one proportion. And it is you can see this is a proportion that we set up to find the percentage change. And this, you just have to remember and memorize this. To find a percent change, you figure out the amount that something changed, you put it over the original amount, and that's equal to the percent over 100. Okay? And then you solve that proportion. So, how do we do that? What's that look like? All right, it should originally cost $30. It's on sale for $20. What's the percent discount? Okay, so the original amount would be what it originally cost, which is $30. The change, well, it started at 30. It's now down to 20. So if I want to find the amount of change, I just subtract those things, which is obviously going to give me 10. Now that I have those, I can set up my proportion. It was the amount of change over the original amount is equal to the percent out of 100. Okay, so the change was 10. The original was 30. It's percent over 100. I don't know what the percent is. That's what I'm trying to find. So I'm going to replace that with a variable. Okay? Now, back at the beginning of this unit, we talked about ways, excuse me, that you could solve proportions. One of them is to do what we call cross multiplying. I do 30 times x, which I write as 30x. Excuse me, I do 100 times 10, which would give me 1,000. That's cross multiplying. And in a proportion, those things have to be equal. So I can figure out what x is. This is just a one-step equation. I can divide by 30. If I divide 1,000 by 30, okay, 30 goes into 100 3 times, gives me 90, gives me 10, bring down to 0, it's 100 again, so it'll go in 3 times again. I can add a decimal, it's 100 again, and you can see I'm going to keep getting these 3s and 100 every time. So it's going to be 33.3 repeating. That's the percent discount. If something costs $30, drop down to 20, that means there is a 33.3% repeating percentage discount. Remember, to solve a proportion, you cross multiply and then you divide. Every time, cross multiply and divide. So here's another one. When we first got our puppy, she weighed 6 pounds. Now she weighs 50 pounds. What's the percent increase in the puppy's weight? Okay, so the original was she weighed 6 pounds. How much has her weight changed? Well, she's up to 50 now. She was 6. If I subtract those, that's 44. So her weight changed 44 pounds. So again, I use that proportion. Change over original equals percent over 100. Fill them in. Change was 44. Original was 6. I don't know the percent. And that's always 100 at the bottom. So cross multiply. 6 times x, I write 6x. 100 times 44 is 4,400. And then divide. Always cross multiply, then divide. And so if I do 4,400 divided by 6, 6 goes into 44 7 times, goes into 20 3 times, 20 again, 3 times, and this would keep going. So 0.3 repeating. So it's 733.3 repeating percent. Seems big, but she grew a lot. She went from just 6 pounds all the way up to 50. So it is a big change. Okay, just remember, use change over original, percent over 100. Once you figure out the change in original, you plug those in, and it's cross multiply, then divide every time. Cross multiply and divide.